Good Tuesday afternoon, friends. I'm meteorologist Tim Pandajis here talking about our Arctic blast that's now about 48 hours out from arriving in southeastern Texas. So Thursday early afternoon it looks now. Now, a lot of times with the computer models, they have a tough time determining how fast these cold, dense air masses work. Historically, they move in a little bit earlier than what's forecast on the models, which is why we're upping the time frame a little bit to early Thursday afternoon. I think we're sub-freezing by the evening time. Around 7 o'clock, it looks like Houston drops down to 32 or below. And once we get there, we'll stay below freezing probably until Saturday mid-afternoon. So that's 24 to as much as 48 hours that will be below freezing in some spots. Now, at our coldest, which I think is still that time frame, that window of Friday morning, when temperatures themselves dip into the mid-teens north of I-10 and 20s everywhere else, this will also be the time frame that will be windiest, just behind the front, meaning winds gusting 30, 35, 40 miles an hour. And when you have air temperatures that cold, that means wind chills will be down to single digits. In fact, in some scenarios, at times with the strongest gusts, will dip below zero, especially north of I-10. This will set us up for a 3-night time frame of hard freezes. So Friday morning waking up to a hard freeze, certainly. Saturday morning again, and even Christmas morning we'll see temperatures starting off in the mid-20s. Let's time things out now here with an Arctic front that at this time on Wednesday evening, Wednesday 8 p.m. is still well to our north. Wednesday will be fine here. Much of Thursday's okay. It's not until we get to Thursday mid-afternoon or early afternoon we start to see the front approach. So here we are Thursday at 10:30. Already behind the front in Dallas down to 30 degrees, 17 at Lubbock, below zero in Garden City over to Denver, 5 degrees in Oklahoma City by Thursday morning. Then the front makes its way all the way to the coast. That cold air behind it surges south, 7:30, 32 degrees already at Houston, and we're not done there. It gets even colder overnight with the winds howling, bottoming out in the mid to upper teens. Some of the coldest temperatures we've seen in quite some time there. And again, factor in the winds, and it'll make it feel even colder. So another big question we've been getting is, will travel be impacted with any wintry weather associated with the frontal passage? I will tell you that all computer models, well, I'll say the majority of them have been depicting this front passing through dry. Just the pure nature of the air mass behind it, extremely dry, extremely cold, and the wind is really going to limit any moisture to work with here. However, I will say that there are clouds that build on in and maybe an isolated shower along the actual front. Now that leads you to think, well, if it's going to be raining and the temperatures are dropping, could there be some ice? I don't really think so. I don't think the rain will be heavy enough to soak things. And then when the wind's kicking up behind the front, the wind's really strongest just before the temperatures drop below freezing, so that should do enough to dry us out. So I don't foresee any issues on our area roadways here in southeast Texas with the passage of the front on Thursday, even in early Friday morning. So here we are at 4:30. The front now passing through the I-10 corridor, making its way all the way to the coast by sunset, and the cold air pours on in behind it. By midnight, we're already in the low 20s, even some upper teens, with skies rapidly clearing out, but temperatures bottoming out, I think, around 16 at Spring by Friday morning at 7 a.m., 14 at Conroe, 13 at Huntsville, down to 19 in Angleton, mid-20s in Galveston. Then we add in the winds. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour, potentially early Friday morning, and this is what it will feel like outside to exposed skin, the wind chill value. It'll feel like 0 at Spring, 3 below in Conroe, 3 degrees at Angleton, even down to feeling like 7 degrees out at Galveston. Pasadena, 3 degrees, feels like 1 below in Liberty. So some really, really bitter cold air. And we're not alone. You see the leading edge of that cold air spilling south through the Great Plains and on the eastern edge of the Rocky Mountains. But eventually we see that air mass spread its way east. So here we are, December 23rd, Friday morning at 6:30. Look at the amount of the country that's dealing with temperatures well below freezing, even below zero in a large portion of the upper Midwest and Great Plains. Then that cold air mass makes its way to the East Coast, and by Christmas Eve morning, 7 a.m., in the teens all along the East Coast, single digits back west, and even still well below zero, 21 degrees below in Bismarck, North Dakota by December 24th, Christmas Eve morning. Christmas Day, look at this. I mean, you can't really find many spots that are above freezing Christmas morning. The exception, Miami, which is 41, which is very cold for that far south, and South California, Southern California, 51, Los Angeles, San Francisco, 51. So by Christmas morning, this could be one of the coldest Christmases on record through a large portion of the country. So our forecast low temperatures here locally in Houston, 3 nights in a row of hard freezes, 18 Friday morning, Saturday morning down to 20, and 24 Sunday morning. Even a cold start Monday as well, but notice the moderating temperatures getting well above freezing for lows by the middle of next week, and I think highs too get back up to around 70. So that brings me to what are our coldest Christmas temperatures in Houston? Well, if we do get down to 24, which is the forecast low Christmas morning, that would put us at the 3rd coldest Christmas temperature on record, the coldest since 1989 when it dropped to 20 degrees Christmas morning. Not the coldest, though, 11 degrees in 1983. But let's talk about Christmas, too, and compare it to just last year when we were coming off of the hottest December on record. It was 80 Christmas 2021. The forecast high this Christmas is 45, almost 20 degrees below the average high for Christmas Day, which is 64. And take a look at these high temperatures going forward. Again, our average is 64. We do have a stretch of 3 cold days, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. By middle of next week, we're back above average and even have some 70s on the map by Thursday of next week. So we'll finally be able to thaw out. There's your 7-day forecast. Sunny. At least it will be sunny while it's so cold. We won't be dealing with wintry weather, which is certainly some good news there. But bitter cold on Friday. Again, I don't see us getting above freezing through the duration of our day on Friday. Likely not until Saturday afternoon. A sunny, dry Christmas. Won't be as windy either. Temperature should make it up into the mid-40s by the afternoon.